Dear messy middle girly, life is falling into place in ways you never expected. This morning, hubby woke you up before he left. He told you he left money on your desk, and instantly, memories came back to when you first started dating. When he would slip money into your wallet or place it on top or underneath. It wasn't for control, it was to show you he loved you and how much he truthfully cared. To show you he appreciated your time, your energy, and your effort that you put into life. The old you, she would have tried to give it back, sneak it back into his wallet, or even go off on him for doing it. Trying to unemasculate him in moments like this. But the new you, she doesn't do that anymore. The new you sees the reflection. The new you understands why that happened in those moments. And this is where I see so many messy middle girlies get confused. They say men can't lead. They say men can't provide. They say men can't show love. But at the same exact time, they want it. So let's fucking dig deep into this. How did your mom teach you that? How did your mom treat men? How did your mom talk to other people? Your experience growing up taught you something. Generational trauma taught you something. You were taught to normalize silence, to stay small, to not communicate, and to point the finger. That's how you were raised, and that's how men are talked about. That's how your mother talked about men. That's how she talked to other women. So that's how she handled conflict. But this is not how we handle things anymore. You were also taught that men don't stay, that they run. So messy middle girl, I want you to hear this with your ears wide the fuck open. You took relationship advice from someone who never experienced a healthy relationship themselves. Our parents, we see something important. Things that needed to change. Things that needed to evolve. Things that needed to heal. And now here's the part that's gonna hurt. Mom taught you to play small. Mom taught you to point the finger. Mom taught you to find a man to love you and take care of you, while telling you men were evil. Let that make sense. And for years, that programming created what looked like happy. Over time, you began to notice the pattern. You spoke it, they go silent. You're the type of soul that speaks truth, even when people don't know how to deal with it. Because you're not shrinking anymore. You're loving yourself so fucking deeply that you refuse to tolerate any kind of negative energy. He is allowed to pay for things. He is allowed to support you. He is allowed to see your passion. He is allowed to remind you of your passion when you forget. You are allowed to ask questions. You are allowed to not carry the bills. You are allowed to work. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to call him out on his bullcrap. You are allowed to want more than just words. You're allowed to want deep conversation. You're allowed to want happiness. And happiness starts with you. Love, Dr. Quinn. I think this is extremely important because this is something that I'm noticing all around the internet, where women are wanting to have these types of relationships, but they were never taught how to communicate. They were never taught to have deep conversation. The level of accountability was always brushing something negative under the rug that you did because bad things were shameful. Not only were they shameful, but they showed up in your life in a way that if you were ever to speak about them, you felt shame before the words even came out of your mouth. It was like the first moment of the thought hitting, it had already hit your body. This part shows you how much the world has conditioned us, right? If we take the way we were raised and the way we were brought up, I will not tolerate these parts. I've learned from the good, I've learned from the bad, then what we create is a healthy life. Create is no generational trauma. What we then create is accountability. to love and grow and nurture and become the best version of yourself. Because let's put it this way, if money has always been a block for you, if relationships have always been a block for you, and self-communication has always been a block for you, then how are you supposed to go off and find your knight in shining armor? Much love.